Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. I figured I'd make this video because this is a behind the scenes channel, and I'm going to show you behind the scenes how I build blogs using GPT. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't always use GPT, but I figured that this is a good topic to make it for. So I have a blog post here that says 6 beginner Redbubble tips in 2023. I went on ChatGPT. It gave me literally 6 Redbubble tips, or 5 Redbubble tips, excuse me. And the 6th one is where I'm going to be adding like a product that I recommend or something like that. And I'm actually using the Rocket Web Builder to create this blog. So if you guys are seeing here, rocketwebbuilder.com. my software that I use for the blog building process and different websites and stuff, pretty epic. And by the way, they have all kinds of different templates. You can check them out. You can start your own blogs completely free trial. All you have to do is click right here, and that's rocketwebbuilder.com. Get your 14-day free trial. But regardless, so I'm here in the blog section, and to go there, by the way, you click on this pages button. Let me actually see if you guys see this. Yep, you guys see it. Pages button, blog button, and there we go. So here we're literally here, and what I did was I added these containers. If you could see here, there's like this silver border around each section. I don't know if you guys could see that. There's these silver borders around every section. That's referred to as a container. And the only reason I did that, as opposed to it just being one big container, is because I want to be able to fit videos and images across this. So just to put things into perspective here, I want to link one of my videos, for example, like right here, and I just went over here to the left-hand side, took the video widget, dragged it, and dropped it, just right there. And then I'm going to copy and paste my video link, and then boom, I have a video there on my website. And so it's really that simple. And this section right here is my gallery section, just like images for people to see what I'm doing. And I actually went with a grid-based gallery, so you could see here, grid as opposed to a carousel. And just because I want to showcase the images a little more, and I'm making them clickable via Lightbox. So what that does is, and I'll just go ahead and draft or update this rather, when I preview my website, the way it will look is I can click on certain things, okay? Now, for ChatGPT, when you're creating a blog, I just kind of want to show you my prompt. I'm not saying I'm the best prompt crafter out there. There's a lot of people who are much better than me. I just simply write a blog post that is about 1,000 words on 5 beginner tips to get started on Redbubble. This should have a happy script vibe, yet informative, also encouraging. So you could see here in the intro, you could see that encouraging type vibe. It says like, however, don't worry, with these 5 beginner tips, like you see what I'm saying? That dialogue that's encouraging. It says good luck here, all that kind of stuff. So ChatGPT is really cool in that kind of arena. All right, so essentially what I did was I first added the intro. So I copy and pasted the intro, right? And just literally pasted it in here. And then what I did is I added another container. And by the way, what I like to do with my containers is I like to go over here to the essentially to the right hand side, and I like to save my containers, and I'll kind of show you how that works. So whenever I have a saved, like if you guys notice, I have a saved container here that says heading plus text container. Whenever I copy and paste it, it's literally a brand new container with heading and heading and text, because this is the most frequent aspect or elements that I use when I write a blog, and I'll show you how I do that. So literally I go over here and I create a container, and then what I do is I drag and drop a heading in that container, right? And then I drop a text in that container, right? So kind of like this. Hold on. Let me go ahead and do that. There you go. And then you can see how there's that silver border again. I go here, I take my mouse to this big little settings button, but I don't click on it. I just hover over, and then I click copy widget, right? Just like that. So now this widget is copied, so it's a container. And then I'll go here to settings, and I'll hit save in my account. And I'll give it a name, right? So you can give it a name. I already have it saved, so I'm not going to do that. But you could see here, once I have it saved, I can literally go over here to saved across all my accounts and just drag it and drop it. And this actually makes life easier even if I have a virtual assistant. Like a virtual assistant is going to have to sit there and drag and drop things manually and all that stuff. I don't have to worry about that. They'll just take care of that for me. So that's pretty good. And it does save time, believe it or not, right? When you're doing blogs all day, it saves a little bit of time. So I like to add some content to my blogs. I like to add some images, and I can do that. The cool thing about my blogs, too, is when I recommend products and things, I can add things like countdown timers, and there's a lot of different aspects to it. But back to what I did here. So I copy and pasted the intro, right? Like this intro section. Copy and pasted it, all right? Then I added the table of contents, and the table of contents is just a place where I'm going to essentially anchor link all my sections. So, for example, I'm going to go over here and create an anchor. So the way I'm going to do this is I want people to click this link here, find your niche, and it will take them to this. I want people to click on number 6, and it will take them to number 6 immediately. Do you see what I'm saying? So the way I'm going to do this is very simple. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to block. Then what I'm going to click is add anchor point, and I'm going to call this 1, right? Just like that. Then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to add an anchor point, and I'm going to call this 2. Then I'm going to go over here, add an anchor point, and I'm going to call this 3. Right? So 3 right there. Then I'm going to go over here, same thing, and I'm going to call this 4. And then what I'm going to do is finally this one, or not finally, because there's one more after that, 5, and then here is 6. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. Add anchor point 6, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to go hit update, right? So now these points are anchored, but they have to be anchored to a particular text. And so I'll go ahead and take this section here, and I will link it, and then I'll go over here to anchor point, and I'll look for that specific section. So instead of pages, I got to go to blog, and instead of, or it already did it for me, and yeah, this is anchor point number 1. I'll hit select, and I'll do the exact same thing these other few times here. I'll go over here, hit link, and this is probably the content that you guys subscribe for, because I know you guys want to see behind the scenes stuff. What did I do here? But I know you guys want to see behind the scenes type related content, and that's what we're messing around with here today. And notice, by the way, all of them are in the same tab. I don't want them to have to go to a different tab to be able to see this, right? So here, number 3, once again, anchor link. We're going to go to the blog, because that's what page we're on now. We're going to go to number 3 and hit select, okay? So at this point, we should have done 3 of them. We should be up to number 4. So number 4, let's go ahead and link them. And obviously it takes a little bit of memory, because I just have to sit down and remember which one I did. So now I did number 4, so now it's up to number 5. So let's go ahead and do number 5. Let's click link, okay, anchor point, and let's go to blog. And let's go to number 5. There we go. And then finally, the last one, which is number 6. I'll highlight this. I'll link it and go to anchor point. And don't worry, guys, I make mistakes too. There's a lot of times I'll mess this up. Okay. And click number 6 and hit select. Then what I'm going to do is hit update. So everything's updated at this point. So I should be, there we go. So if you see here, these are all clickable. This table of contents is clickable. So if I click, let's say number 3, it should take me, or it should scroll down to automatically this section. So if I click, let's do a test. Let's do number 5. Boom. Great. It took me right there, number 5, right? So that's essentially what it's on. So that's kind of how to set it up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this little gray tint to the background of this container, just because I want it to appear in people's faces. Like, I want them to be aware that this is a this is a place where you know it's a table of contents. By the way, I can move this around so it doesn't have to be like blocking my text view. So I can go like that, and I can see how it looks. And just like that, I could do something like this, right? So this is pretty subtle, but it's not too like annoying in terms of the color. And I can hit update, and I could hit preview here. And there you go. So you could see that this is legitimately a table of contents, just like that. And everything is added. And what I could do is I can add some, images and things like that, like I said. So I'll go over here to plus, and I add those sections of images. Now, what about creating an ad in the middle of my blog, which is, relatively important? I'm going to go over here in the middle. I'll just create ad block, and I'm going to look for a block that would fit my ad, which I feel like this one looks pretty good. I'll go with this, all right? And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make this smaller, first of all, right? I'm going to make this smaller, maybe like, not 14. That's too small. Let's go with 20. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to promote my course, for example, right? For you guys, it could be affiliate links. It could be whatever. It could be products. In my case, this is a Redbubble blog, right? So I'm going to go over here, and make this smaller. The call to action, I'm going to add color to it. So I'll add a button color. I'll make this like, let's just say, let's go with blue. I like blue. Who else likes blue? Comment down below. But anyways, update. And I'm going to go to my course website, so autopilotpassiveincome.com, and I have my Redbubble tag course, and I'm going to take this link and I'm going to copy it just like that. And I'm going to go into my button and I'm going to hit edit link. And then what I'm going to do is hit external link and paste it. And then I'm going to make sure it opens up in a new tab. And the reason why I want that is when somebody clicks, I don't want them to be on the same tab because maybe they want to go back and read the article, whatever. So I'm going to open it in a new tab. And instead of yes call to action, I'm going to say sign me up. Just like this. And what this is going to be is this is the call to action button that's going to get them to sign up for the course. And what it's going to say here is, do you want to learn how to tag on Redbubble? Now, the reason why there's a lot of spacing here is because the line height is going to be really drastic. Let's go ahead and see here. So there you go. So this is a better line height. And I can increase my font. Like I can make it 32, and I can go with Oswald, let's just say, and I'll center the text just like this. And then, do you want to learn how to tag on Redbubble? And then what I'll do is this text right here, I'll say sign up for the Redbubble tagging course, right? Just like this. And what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to center this or center a line. And I can switch the font kind of like that. And then what I'm going to do is I might as well center align this also. And I will just give like a little indication of the price here because I do want people to know the price. So I'll click here, center align, and I'll just type in something like $39.99 like that. And I'll take the image or any image related to the course that I could, find or whatever. So like this image is pretty good. So let me go ahead and save that. And I'll go over here back to my blog and I'll add that actual image. All right. So I'm going to go over here, take the image, click add, and literally just copy and paste it kind of like that. And save and hit select. Okay. So now I literally have a ad crafted for me in my blog, so that what happens is and you guys could do this as well. And like I told you guys, I have a whole collection of blogs. I have a whole portfolio of blogs, and they're really effective because it sells and it makes money for you. Okay. Now, obviously you have to craft good products. You can't just sell garbage. I mean, it's not going to work if you just sell garbage, but the more information you provide in your work and things like that, the better it will be. And that's the good thing about using GPT. So for example, if I want to add more information about like finding a niche or high quality designs, or even let's go with high quality designs. We can talk about, in GPT, can you expand? And I might have to actually refresh this page because I haven't used ChatGPT in a while, but can you expand on, where was it here? Can you expand on the high quality designs portion and explain what is or you can explain the different strategies when it comes to creating designs. Okay? For example, let me write, for example, text-based designs or using AI art generators for image-based designs. There we go. Right? So what it will do, okay, error occurred. So let me actually go ahead and refresh this. Sorry about that, guys. There's a lot of people using ChatGPT right now. So it's always like, you know what I mean? It's always crashing on me here. All right, let me go ahead and tell it one more time. Please expand and explain different types of art designs. For example, text-based designs that you can put on t-shirts, or image-based designs made by AI art generators that you can put on, let's say, on cell phone cases, for example. Cell phone cases. Put it like that. All right, so now it will start expanding on that. It will give me more information, right? So let's go ahead and let that happen. You can see here while it's copying, I might as well actually, while it's doing this, I'll just go over here and I'm going to copy this. So I'll show you guys why. So I'm going to go over here, copy widget, and I'm going to call this widget. Hold on. Let me go ahead and go to the settings. And this is the last widget I copied. So I'm going to call this course promo tagging. So like, or actually call this Redbubble tag course promo, just like that. And I'll go ahead and save this so that when I have a virtual assistant working on my blog for me, right, they'll know to just drag and drop when they promote the tagging course. Okay. Now, this actually would be ideal if I move this up right under the tag section, which is more ideal, which is once again why I say have different containers for each little section. If you had one big container, it's not going to be ideal because you can't really move anything in it. You're going to have to, it's going to be a mess. That's why you have to have different containers, in my opinion. But anyways, so now that this is taken care of, the first thing I want to do is test it, right? So I want to make sure that once I click this, it will open in a new tab. And there we go. It opened in a new tab. So I'm good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it and drop it under this high quality design section, just like that. So once again, this is a new container. The only difference now is I'm not promoting the same product. I'm going to change up the text and the font. But before I do that, I have a section here where, wow, this added a lot of information about designing. So I'll take this, I'll take all this information, and I'll copy this into the high quality design section, right? So I'll go over here, go to text, and just paste this kind of like that, okay? And what this will do, first of all, this is a lot. This is a lot of information. So I'm going to make this look more appealing because Google, when you add just so much text like this, it doesn't actually always help, especially when you already have a full-on article. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. Once again, this is the benefit of having this style of containers here. I'm going to drag the icon section. And what I'm going to do with the icon section is I'm going to go over here into just this, like, for example, text-based designs, and I'm going to add it on this icon, right? Just like that, text-based designs. And this text here, I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it here. And that's great. I just finished this whole section here. So text-based designs, I can get rid of. Okay, here we have illustrations. I can take this illustrations. Let me actually copy it. And I'm going to copy this. I guess you could say icon section. I'll copy it as a widget. Go over here to copied and paste it. So I'll copy this a few times over. So like, let's say 3 times over. And instead of text-based designs, because I already have one, illustrations it will say. And then I'll take this illustrations portion, cut this, and paste it here. Okay? Just like that. And then I have a few more. I have photography. This is good. I can take this, cut it, and paste it here, right? So let me delete that and paste it there. Whoa, that's a lot. I don't know what's going on there. There we go. And then I'll delete I'll cut the word where it says photography. So that's essentially how I'll do this, right? So I'm giving an edge here to myself. Google's going to look at this and they're going to say, you know what? This looks a lot better and look more clean than just a bunch of just straight up text. I don't want my text here to look like just a bunch of just like words on top of words on top of words. Let's be honest. No, not too many people are going to be okay with just sitting down and just reading. You get bored too easily. So, if you do it like this, it's structured, but it's not as it doesn't hurt your eyes as much, to be honest. And there's actually a ranking factor within Google. I believe it's called, what is it called? Readability, I believe it's called. And when it's readable, it has more spacings, it has more, it has more color to it. It's more creative, it looks better, as opposed to it just being like one big blob. Which is kind of important in my opinion. And so digital art, I'll copy it. Why not? I'll take this. Digital art is going to be like the last one here. Paste it here and copy this just like that. Okay, let's copy that and get rid of this section. So there we go. That's really good right there. And this conclusion, I really don't need it. I don't know why I copied that, guys. I didn't mean to. I'll get rid of this here, and I'll just move this upward, just like that. So just like that. Now what I could do is I could actually play with some of the icons and stuff, and I could, I don't know, if I could see, like, let's say, I mean, there's so many icons here. Like, that's what's, great about this. Let's see, photo. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to add photos. I'll just keep them as, like, checks, right? And I'm going to actually make these bold, since I'm not going to make them headings. Speaking of headings, oh, I like that. Photography, AI art generator. Actually, let me do this. So I'm going to edit this icon, and I'm going to go with the check again. And I'm going to go with the normal check here. But for text-based designs and art illustrations, I don't know, digital art. Let me go on digital art, and I'm going to drag this right there in the middle. So watch this. This is going to do well, right? So digital art, I'll drag this in the middle. Let me make this bold, and let me actually edit this arrow. So I'll go here, edit this arrow, and I'll make this kind of just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take photography, make this bold as well. Right? Just like that. Just like this. Right? Just like that. So there's a lot of work there. And it looks a lot clearer. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make this bold. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an empty container right here. And I'll explain why in just a second. So I'm going to go over here, add the empty container. Or not an image. Sorry, that was my mistake. Where is here? Container. There we go. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these and just move them over to the empty container. And once again, I'll explain why in just a second. But I'm going to take this now and I'm going to move this upward. So if you see here, I have a break now in the little benefits that I'm saying, like the little examples. So here I have high quality designs. This should be an H2. And then what I'm going to do is set this up as an H3 right here, H3. And I'm going to set this up as an H3 as well. Okay, and here this is going to be an H3 as well. But what will happen is this will look like this is an umbrella effectively, and this is all the content that fits under it. So from here to here, this is content that fits under it. Okay, now I'm not sure why it lost its bold. I'll have to fix that in a second. But H3 here as well, and H3 here as well. And once again, I will make them bold. I might have to work on the font a little bit, but you guys get the concept here. So let's go ahead and make this bold and play around with the font. I have to change the colors as well. I'm not going to bore you guys with that because that's just simple stuff. But for those who want to learn how to do it, just like that. It's very simple. All right. And I will increase the size real quick. Go like that, increase the size. All right, so the way I'll do this is now when I'm talking about here high quality designs and designing and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to recommend my design product. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go into my Redbubble course, POD design course, and I'm going to see if I can, let's see here. Is there any, okay, so I can use, let's see what I could do here. I'm actually going to go into this, go this way, copy and paste this, just like that. I'll use this as a temporary photo, and I'm going to hit edit image, and I'm just going to drag this here, just like that. And let's select it. It will just load up in a second, and I don't even have to necessarily wait for it to load. I can hit select, and it will load up for me. And I'm going to say, do you want to learn how to design? Let's see, design on Redbubble quickly. Sign up for our Redbubble design course, just like that. All right. And I'm going to switch to the link. Let's see where the link is. And these guys are legitimate courses. If anybody who doesn't know about my main channel or doesn't know about me or what I do very well on print on demand, and I essentially have made a lot of money doing that. So that's essentially how it will work. Now, I actually will edit this image. This is not the image that I want. I want to keep the same vibe where it's like in a computer and it looks good and all that. But for now, I'll just keep it just like this, just so I don't bore you guys. But once you scroll down, let's see here. Did I save my work? Let's see. Let me go ahead and hit update. Let me go back to my post. Click on this post again. Preview. And yeah, there we go. There it is. So if somebody clicks sign me up, boom, it takes them to the design course. And I'm already talking about digital art here. I do have to work on the font. I don't know why this font is so small. Let me go ahead and just go over here and hit inspect and see what font this is. So I'll go over here. This is a 80, I think 21. All right, 21 size font. And actually, let me inspect how much this is again. So let's go ahead and jump here. And this is a 16. Okay, so that needs to change for sure. So I'll go over here and I'll just, oh, okay, so there we go. It's just, these are the issues that I'm dealing with here. So let me actually select heading 3 and see what happens. This shouldn't be a problem, guys. But once again, you know, these are things that you have to make sure, well, you don't have to, but you want them to look good. You want things to look good for your blog, just so that Google takes kindly to it. And then what I'm looking for, guys, is I'm just looking for a lot of content in my blog to, you know, make Google look at me and say, okay, these guys are the authority in this specific niche, effectively. And, you know, get a strength. So I'm adding video, I'm adding photo, I'm adding all that kind of stuff. And I could actually, the cool thing is I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel, so I can go to, let me actually see. Do I have my channel here? Yeah. And I can search for like any kind of design video. So I can go over here and look for like design. Let's see. Design tutorial. There we go. I could take this and I could actually, let me pick a different one. Let me go to design and let's see here. How I uploaded 35 design. That's actually a really good one. So I'll take this one. Here, I'll pause this, and I'll click share,
We're told it's
and I'll embed this, or even copy the link. It doesn't matter. I'll go over here, and I'll take this video, and I'll go into the video widget, and I'll paste it right there, and I'll paste this here. Okay, so just like that. So how I uploaded 35,000 designs to Redbubble, here's what I learned, and then boom. So once again, adding content, right? And that will look pretty good. I'm going to refresh this page. Just like that. And, okay. And I will increase the size of these. Might as well go to 22, let's say. Yeah, still small. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why that is. Is this H? Let's see. Oswald. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. I probably have to work on that. I have to figure out what's going on there. But either way, not too bad. Let me get rid of this spacing here. And you can see here how it's coming together, right? You can see how it's coming together. And that's kind of my goal here. Use software to automate your work. We have this. I'm going to make this section smaller. I know this is a heading, but I'm going to make it smaller indeed. So let's cut this in half, make it 32. And so there I have a video, all that. Okay, and that's good. So that's kind of like how I set up my blog. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to see the blog post real quick, just a little scroll through. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, I have to work on it. People can add their own comments. People could do a lot of stuff. So, I mean, this is pretty good. And once again, if you want to create a blog post like this, go ahead and check out rocketwebbuilder.com and get that Google traffic. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.